Hello guys, Elvis here, and welcome back to my series Genshin Import Redesigns. If you like my series, please leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps out my tiny channel. So anyway, let's begin. Today I will be redesigning Albedo, the captain of the investigation team of Knights of Favonius, and also a genius alchemist. After all, I redesigned Klee in the previous episode, and they are adoptive siblings. And as you know already, I redesigned siblings together. So yeah, today I will be redesigning Albedo. And honestly, I couldn't resist, so I gave him two outfits and not one, because after all, he spends a lot of time on Dragonspine, which is a very cold mountain. So I decided to give him two outfits, like one for his office and laboratory work, and the other to like wander around the mountain in the cold. So yeah, don't be surprised that I made two redesigns of him. And anyway, I based his outfit mostly off fantasy alchemists. But the other outfits that he uses to travel around on Dragonspine, I based off mountain climbers, like the outfits that mountain climbers mostly wear. Plus, as we all know, on Dragonspine it's extremely cold, so I had to give him something very warm on the outside, like when he's outside on Dragonspine. But obviously, I also understood that he can't wear a very warm coat inside his laboratory, so I just had to give him two outfits. So yeah, now my boy has two outfits. It probably proves that I just like him way too much, and that's why I decided to give him two outfits, which makes him quite special. Nevertheless, as you see, I also gave him a tiny pencil behind his ear. After all, he is an artist and he surely needs something to draw with. I gave him potions around his belts and I don't know on his back. After all, he is an alchemist. But to be honest, not all of those potions are actually like potions. Some of them are paint for him to draw with. Like I had canon that he, as an alchemist, can produce his own paint because he knows which I don't know plants or I don't know substances to mix to like get certain dyes. So I bet he also carries around those self-made or handmade paints with himself to like paint something while he is outside. So that's why the potions are pretty much different colored and even every color of the rainbow, because some of them are actually paint that he carries around to like draw while he's outside. So yeah. I gave him just like by any other a Knight of Favonius the emblem, obviously, but of course the one outfit that he uses for Dragonspine doesn't exactly have it, but I thought it isn't exactly that important on an outfit that he uses to travel around the Dragonspine. Mostly he probably wears the uniform while he's, I don't know, at the headquarters of Knights of Favonius, or either while he is in his lab and not wearing the warm coat. Also, you probably noticed I also gave him quite interesting glasses for the outfit he uses in his lab. After all, he is an alchemist, so I thought glasses with, like, I don't know, a microscope connected to it will be quite cool and also quite fantasy like. So I decided to play around and also made him quite the funky glasses so that he looks more like a researcher. After all, his original design doesn't really seem like he is, I don't know, an alchemist or a researcher, or even that he is mostly a dragon spine, like at all. Like you look at his original design, and honestly, I even don't know which profession he would have with such an outfit. After all, like if you show it to a newbie who doesn't play Genshin and doesn't know like the lore, who is the character I adopt, someone would say that he is an alchemist. So I tried my best to like show that he is a researcher somewhere in like a cold biome, like to tell his more story, his personality, his profession, so that someone who doesn't play Genshin looks at his redesign and is like, oh, he's an alchemist or a researcher, and he most likely travels around in a cold biome. So yeah, and don't be surprised why he looks so pale and like sickly, because as I understood, he is a synthetic human, and as I also understood, his main component is chalk. Maybe I'm wrong, but he said something about that. Plus, in his lore, it stated that he has a nickname or like I don't know, like a title, try the prince, or in English chalk prince. So basically I thought at first that he has this nickname because he draws, and like I was like, oh, he draws with chalk, well, cool. But then as it turns out, he is actually most likely made out of chalk, so I was like, well, that's quite literally. So yes, that's why I decided to make him quite pale. After all, his main component is chalk, so he is most likely very pale. Also, so as he spends a lot of time at Dragonspine, it's very cold there. There's probably no much light, so that's also an explanation why he is so pale. What about being sickly? I don't think personally that synthetic humans are very healthy. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but if you go against nature, so basically like create a synthetic life, I doubt this life will like be perfectly healthy, and like they most likely can have some health issues. After all, it is stated that Albedo doesn't have appetite, or at least doesn't have a big appetite, so I won't be surprised that he has some sort of health issues because of that, like because of the fact that he is a synthetic human, and he may have some issues with his internal organs, or I don't know, his body functions differently, or he has some disorders, like we ain't sure. After all, he was made like I don't know, in a potion. So yeah, he probably has some disorders. So I made him quite sickly looking, like very pale with eye bags. So yeah, I just thought it will be quite appropriate and logical to show it, to like explain that he is a synthetic human, or at least that he doesn't exactly have big appetite. After all, he has like quotes that if his food portion is way too big and out of meat, it ends up in a disaster. But he never explained what exactly was the disaster. Like he did say that he might not finish his portion of food, or he might not feel the taste of it, or the taste of it gets terrible. I don't really understand what he meant by it, but probably he has some digestive issues. Like I ain't sure yet. I don't know. Like I read things and I interpret them like I see them. So I understood it like this: that he has some kind health issues, like They aren't severe, but he has some of them, so that's why I drew him quite pale and sickly looking, and also skinny, obviously, because he doesn't eat much. The eyebats I gave him also not solely because of the health issues per se, but it stated that he had the last assignment from his creator, and I honestly ain't sure if I will be able to like pronounce her name, but her name is Rinedotir, I guess Rinedotir. So I don't know if I correctly pronounce it, but she gave him a assignment before like disappearing to find the trace of this world. So I bet he spends day and night to find the trace of the world, or basically Tibet. So that's why I gave him also those iBats to like show that he spends most of his time in his laboratory making research and like forgetting probably to sleep, maybe running only on caffeine, which is quite understandable because I also run only on caffeine nowadays. So yeah. As you have noticed, I also made his eye irises or like eye sockets more deformed to show also that he is a synthetic human, and that's why his eye sockets or irises, I don't know how to call them, are a bit like wavy and deformed. And also I gave him a beach bag for the snowy outfit because I thought it will be quite useful outside on the mountain, and plus many travelers like mountain climbers wear such big backpacks to like have everything they need in the cold, like sleeping bags, warm drinks, or something like that to keep oneself warm. So yeah, plus I thought it will be quite cute that Klee has a backpack and Albedo has a backpack, so they technically are even more like siblings in a way. I do have to admit, so I did like his original hairstyle, but I knew I have to change it because, after all, he is a researcher, and if he does research like an alchemist, he has to tie up his hair in a way. After all, if his hair gets into the chemicals or like potions that he is making, it can mess up some things. Like it's just like by cooking. If you cook, you should make sure that your hair doesn't get in the way while you work, like or either cook, and to make sure that the hair won't get into your food. After all, it will destroy like your cooking. Same goes for like potion brewing. If we are talking about like magical world, who knows what can a potion do if something like not needed or like not supposed to be there is there, like your hair for example, and we don't know how it will react at this point. So yeah, if you make potions in a fantasy world, I do recommend to avoid dropping your hair in there. But I don't know, I have read a lot of fantasy stuff, so I think you should avoid it. And that's why I decided to tie his hair up. Plus, it would be more comfortable for him, like to draw and to like do research. Because I, as a person who draws, who is an artist and like studies at university and writes a lot and studies a lot, I must say you do have to tie up your hair because if it's loose, it's going to get into your eyes and is going to cause you way too many problems. So yes, that's why I decided to give him a tied up hairstyle so he is comfortable while he's work. So yeah. Overall, I did enjoy redesigning him, and I am extremely sorry that the video came out quite late. But university has started, and now they decided that we should study 6 days a week. Usually, we studied only 5 days a week, but so as the situation in my country is quite bad, and we have electricity shortages and like problems with fuel, the teachers, and well, not only teachers, but you get what I mean, decided that we have to finish this semester quicker before winter comes, because we won't have enough fuel to like warm up the entire university to keep us warm. So I have to study every day, like from Monday to Saturday, and I don't know yet how many lessons I will have after like 2 weeks, because we have temporary schedules for like 2 weeks, and then the schedule changes and becomes like permanent for the semester. So yeah, I don't know how much work I will have on my plate, but knowing how much I study and how much I work while like studying at my university, I might end up extremely busy, so I won't be able to like make those videos as frequently. So I do apologize. I will try to make videos every 2 weeks. But if I don't, please don't think that I abandoned this series. I'm just working on my university work, and I will definitely return as soon as I get free time. But anyway, I still ain't sure whom I will redesign next after Albedo. It can probably be Sucrose, after all, she is his student, so I might do her next. But you still can suggest whom you want redesigned next, or I will either also like spin the wheel and so choose like the next character to redesign. So yeah, we will have to wait and see. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you are having a great day. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.